Hello, friendos. Whoa, where did you guys come from? I hope you've all been lovely. I don't really have anything too exciting to report on, except that finals are over. Same here. Celebrate good times, come on. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Like I said, nothing too exciting. Hope you all enjoyed this chapter. We went through some major editing to get this out. Just to get Firestar, he can tell you how atrocious the first draft was. Yeah, it was super dark, it didn't fit, so I had him rewrite more than half of the chapter. But like the colors, it's a story the public will never know. Thanks for reading. Love all of you. Chapter 17, Zootopia. I sat there staring at him, too stunned to speak. There was no smug tone in Nick's voice. When I looked in his eyes, I could tell he was being genuine. It was emphasized by the way he was running his right palm along the back of his neck, stealing glances at me. He seemed embarrassed and nervous to hear my response. I pushed the board game singing routine outside the way. The game was no longer important. I crawled over to him before seeing myself directly in front of him. Our legs brushing against each other. I reached up to grab his right arm and clapped his paw in mine. He looked deeply at me, his eyes seeming misty. I gulped nervously, unsure of how to put my thoughts into words. Usually it was frowned upon for couples to talk about kids before marriage. Then again, a fox and a bunny being in a relationship was generally frowned upon as well. It's not something to worry about right now. Just so you should know, he said, sniffing softly. I rubbed his paw, trying to come up with something to say. Nicky, remember before Waters? That's his name. He asked me what I was thinking about. He said I seemed distracted. I was thinking about this. Our future. Our possible kids. Coming from a parent with so many kids, and being a rabbit, it's almost expecting me to have my own. Someday down the road, who knows? I think it'd be wonderful. Though I don't know how it would work. I shrugged off, studying his face. Yeah, I haven't looked into the biological factors, but it's something to think about, right? And adoption is always an option. He looked at me wistfully. I nodded. We'll talk more about it if we get there. But yeah, having kids, it'd be a dream come true, I answered with a smile. I crawled up into his lap, feeling the warmth of his chest on my cheek. I could hear his heart beating in his chest, one of my favorite things about cuddling with him. When his arms wrapped around my body, I felt at home. This is where I was supposed to be. Nick paused. I definitely was expecting that reaction. I figured me thinking about kids would be out of bounds, completely off limits. To find that out it wasn't, and that she has even been thinking about it as well, it's left me a bit dumbfounded. How I am so lucky to have this in my life, I will never know. So, I have an idea, I whispered, running my paws over her back. Uh-oh, Nicholas Wilde has an idea? That's never good. Remember the idea that almost got us fired and separated us as partners? She teased, moving her head to smirk up at me. I rubbed my eyes, letting in a breath out of my nose. Yeah, well, I think you'll like this one better. Judy puffed. Nick, I don't know where we are. You don't have to hold your paw over my eyes. I huffed, feeling my way up to a hill with my feet. He made me promise to close my eyes as we walked. But as soon as the sound of mouths bustling about hit my ears, I knew. Oh, aren't you Miss Party Pooper? Despite my worst, he kept his paws over my eyes, guiding me to the top of the hill. I felt the ground flatten into a clearing, and Nick's paw stopped me from walking any further. Whoa there, don't go walking off the ledge, Bun Bun, he teased, before removing his paw from my eyes. Ta-da! Yep, we were exactly where I thought we would be. The sea stretched out in front of us, the sun setting behind the skyline. A park bustled beneath us, filled with couples making out on benches, and families enjoying the late fall weather. I couldn't blame them. The air was wonderful. I looked over at Nick, who seemed to be enjoying the atmosphere just as much as I was. Well, Blueberries, for once in your life you finally had a good idea, I joked, pointing his arm playfully. He chuckled, taking his eyes off the sea to stare down at me. I don't know. I'd say asking you out was a pretty good idea. A blush rushed across my face, filling my cheeks with warmth. He sat down, crossing his legs and turning back to the sunset. I plopped down next to him, leaning my head against his shoulder. His arm wrapped around me, snuggling me closer to his side. My cheek brushed against the Polaroid that hung around his neck, making me scoff slightly. You look like a tacky toy for that thing, I murmured. All I need now is the fanny pack. You gonna get that for me next, Carrots? I rubbed my eyes. Then felt the camera approach kiss my cheek again as he raised it with his right paw. He snapped a picture of the skyline, smiling confidently as the photo printed. He then turned the camera on us. "Say carrots, Hobbs." "Carrots," I said cheerfully, smiling wide. A flash, then the sound of gears turning. I reached for the picture that after it had printed, but he snatched it before I could get my paws on it. "Nuh-uh, mine," he said smugly, stuffing the picture in his pocket. I cocked my head, frowning slightly. What are you going to do with it?" "You'll see." I woke up the next morning with Judy in my arms. She was facing towards me, her nose twitching every so often. I smiled sleepily. I could get used to this. Unfortunately, today was the day Judy was going to be going back to work, meaning I would be returning to my dinky apartment. I groaned softly, much preferring Judy's living room over my own, especially since she was here. But Judy was extremely adamant about her moving in, wanting to save it for marriage. She argued it was a big step and giant commitment in a relationship. I respect her opinion. Still. Suddenly, I had an idea. I looked over the clock on the table. It would just be minutes until she woke up, so I had to act fast. I reached over to the bedside table, where I had left my Polaroid. I lifted it, positioning it over us. I smiled and snapped the picture. The flash went off, causing Judy to stare as the picture printed out. "Nick, what are you doing?" she inquired while yawning, her eyes still half closed. The picture had fully printed out now, and I quickly hid it, placing the Polaroid back on the table. "Nothing you need to be concerned about," I said happily, kissing her on the top of her ears and her cheek. "What time is it?" she asked, now becoming more aware of her surroundings. "Not important," I said, still smiling, stroking the top of her left ear, enjoying and marveling how soft it is. She smiled back at me. "As great as this is, yes, it is important." She sat up a bit, glancing at her clock. She sighed, reluctant to get up. "Sorry, blueberries, I gotta get ready." She planted a soft kiss on my nose and sat fully up on the bed. I watched as she got up and walked out of the room into the kitchen, adoring her cute, fluffy little tail. I got up, trying to be as quiet as possible as I walked over to her dresser. I carefully pulled open her bottom drawer where she kept her uniform. I found a mark on top of her dress and wrote on the Polaroid I had just taken. I smiled, kind of with what I had wrote, and slipped it into the pocket of her pants. I neatly folded them back up, making sure she didn't become suspicious, and leaped back right into bed right as she returned with 2 bowls. She handed me one of them. It was full of blueberries. "Thanks, Cottontail," I winked at her, popping one of the delectable berries into my mouth. She giggled. Scooch over a hug, I went to watch the news. I obliged, leaving room for her to lay next to me. She got the remote and turned on TV before hopping into the bed, putting my left arm around her. I rested my step on her shoulder, upset that I wasn't able to really hold her with that arm like I used to. We sat like that as we finished our bowls of berries. Jill reluctantly left the bed again, getting up to brush her teeth and put on her uniform. While she was doing that, I too changed and started packing up my stuff to return home. I placed my Polaroid in my bag last, not wanting to possibly damage by putting any weight on top of it. I zipped up my duffel bag, placing it by the door. I turned around and Judy was standing there, keys in paw. "Ready to go?" "Yes, officer." "Since I'm a fox, do I have to ride in the back?" She rolled her eyes, smiling. "Doofus." Judy puffed. I stomped from Nick's apartment, looking at the rundown building. I felt bad that this was why Nick had to go home. Then again, there was no way I was letting him move in with me. At least not permanently. Sleepovers were fine, and since he was hurt, I had allowed 3 days. But moving in permanently was out of the question. At least for right now. He looked over at me, extending his neck for a goodbye kiss. I grabbed his cheeks. So soft, planting a peck on his lips. He pouted at me, still leaning in. "Aw, is that all the way the Bun is going to give me?" I smirked, grabbing his cheeks again, planting a dominant kiss on his lips. When I pulled back, the look of surprise on his face made me laugh. "Alright, get out now. You've already made me 5 minutes late." He grabbed his bag and exited the car, still not closing the door. "Stay safe, okay?" he said, concern raising his voice. "Always." He closed the door, and I blew him a kiss as I drove away. He held his right paw, as if to catch it, smiling slightly. I hadn't been driving for long when I felt my phone vibrating in my pocket. I waited until I had pulled in the parking lot of the stage to look at it, wanting to stay safe, as Nick had told me to do. I pressed the home button, unlocking the phone. "Here's from Nick." "Check your pockets," it read. I set my phone down my dashboard, patting my pockets to try and find whatever Nick had left me. Once I got to my left pocket of my pants, I found a small square inside. I reached in, pulling out a picture. There I was, still sleeping Nick's arm, looking peaceful. And there was Nick, still smiling dopely at the camera. I could tell I had been taken this morning. That must have been what that flash was. He also wrote something underneath it. To the cues pointing around, I love you, Nick. I held the photo to my chest. The picture collided with my necklace from Nick. It was one of the sweetest and most thoughtful things he had ever done for me, and I was going to cherish it. However, I was going to have to beat him up for calling me cute.